Hello and welcome to another Doctor's Assistant 1 video. Today I'm doing a review of the 7th Doctor issue 2, Operation Volcano. Yeah. I'll go through the cover first. You've got the new Doctor Who logo, still in white and not the yellow, which is a bit interesting, to me anyway. The 7th Doctor, and then it has the BBC logo there. It has this really almost Stephen Moffat-esque thing, or like cover, which the reason why I say that is because the Doctor's falling out of the TARDIS, which I now associate with the Stephen Moffat because of the fact that like it happens in Twice Upon a Time, it happens in Day of the Doctor, it happens a lot in a lot of different stories he's written. So but yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, it doesn't look bad, and I do like the image of the TARDIS and the Doctor falling out of it, and that. And also, with the 7th Doctor having the umbrella, it's helping him not fall to his death, which is always great. I've only just noticed this, but the barcode's not in the little TARDIS thing, which is a bit odd, but maybe it's because it's more of a classic Doctor Who cover and or story. But yeah, it looks alright. The art is okay. It just looks okay in terms of cover. On the next page and or back of the cover, you've got the title part 2 previously, which I did read, which did help me catch up, so I do recommend maybe reading those. Then you've got bios of the Doctor, Ace and Group Captain Gilmore, as well as Titan Comics website, Twitter and Facebook to contact them and give them feedback potentially if you want to. Then you've got advertisements for Doctor Who graphic novels of sorts, as well as the next issue, which is issue 3, which I really do like the cover of, but it's a bit odd because I don't expect all these monsters to come back, but it is a bit odd. But yeah, I mean, apparently as well, that one's the final issue of this story, which is a bit sad really, because I've really enjoyed this story so far. You also get this little comic book strip thing, and that at the end as well, which I didn't read, but I might do one day, I don't know. You've also got the writer, Andrew Cartmel, who, fun fact, is actually was the script editor for during the 7th Doctor's time. I thought it was Ben Aronovich who wrote this story, but he is the executive producer, not the writer. But yeah, I seem to be getting confused between producers and script editors a lot of the time when it comes to Doctor Who, which is very annoying because I'd rather not do that personally. And I was thinking about it when I was reading it, but this imagery of the spaceship being in the desert, comment below if you agree with me, but if you do at all, watch X-Files. But latest episodes of that and all latest 2 series of the reboot or revival of it, that are the only 2 that I've seen, but basically there's imagery of a spaceship landing in the Nevada desert, although this is the Australian outback, but as I say, in X-Files it's like a giant UFO landing in the Nevada desert and that, but similar sort of imagery really, and it reminded me of that. So but yeah, you've got the continuation of obviously the snake sort of creature from the previous issue and that, and you know, you've got some really cool character moments with the 7th Doctor and that, like sort of talking about the creature and saying that it's a delightful creature in terms of how it looks and that, and it's really cool. And I like the 7th Doctor. I think he's probably one of the darker incarnations of the Doctor, but here he seems to be quite light-hearted-ish. But yeah, he's definitely very, for lack of a better term, multifaceted in terms of his character. Like, he definitely is one of the Doctors that I can think of who goes through, well, not so much a clear arc, but has different versions within that version of the Doctor. You know, you've got the early stuff with him being sort of comedic and funny haha, but then you've got the sort of more darker, serious side of him in season 26, but then Virgin New Adventure books is kind of maybe even darker or still fairly dark. I'm not sure, I haven't read those. This is a really nice picture of like the boat type thing or the wind sail type thing, which is really cool. And then you've got like this compass like thing, but it's got the seal of Rassilon in the middle, which I thought was pretty cool. And that, and then just got some different really cool, interesting sort of, it does have this sort of almost Jon Pertwee-esque story to it, like world scope type thing to it. And yeah, I like how the Doctor's very nice to this indigenous guy. And that, and just that looks so cool. Like that image there, like of the Doctor, but then the shadow effect there is just so cool to me. Like, I adore that. I don't know why, I just do. And then you've got, where have you got it? Yeah, you've got this bit where there's the soldier with the gun, but it goes over to the next panel, which I thought was pretty cool. And that, do really wish I could draw and or do my own comic books, but don't know. I just like the shadowing effect as well, and the snakes, and holy crap, that snake is fucking scary looking. But I just love how the Doctor's just like, delighted to meet you, so glad you could drop by, and that, you know, just like so happy to see this creature, and that, whilst obviously this guy's like totally freaking out on that, you know. Because yeah, like it almost looks like he's about to attack, right? But obviously the Doctor's like wigging out, like, oh my god, no, don't shoot him and that. But also there's this almost trippy psychedelic effect here with these lines and that, and really dark imagery, if anything. Well, to me it's fairly dark, of like the snake biting the back of his neck and that, and now she can sort of communicate with the creature and that, and it's really sort of explored some more who the bad guys are and that, because it's actually not the snake creatures, so I won't ruin who the bad guys actually are. But yeah, I mean, there's less content here in terms of comparing it to issue 1, if I had to compare it to issue 1, but it still keeps up the pace very nicely and still made me interested in reading, obviously, the whole thing and that. And yeah, I can't wait for issue 3, see how they wrap things up. It'll be interesting, but I hope it obviously doesn't sort of become anticlimactic or just sort of wrap up a bit too quickly, and that. But yeah, issue 1 was really good, was a really good sort of set piece and world building sort of issue. This one seems to have kept up some decent momentum and that, but I'm just intrigued to see if there's going to be any more action, any more sort of big twists and turns, because it seems like the only logical thing we could do now is just defeat the bad guys, really. I can't really see what else the bad guys do. But then again, I've just remembered there is a much older version of Group Captain Gilmore in the future, which that sort of story thread hasn't been wrapped up yet, so maybe we figure out what that's all about, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, thanks for watching, comment, rate and subscribe.